What's up, YouTube? Big Dog here, back again for another edition of Big Dog Movie Reviews. Today we're discussing one that, I was kind of hesitant on at first, but today we're discussing Dark Waters, starring Mark Ruffalo. Semi-spoilers ahead, just so you're aware. I wouldn't say they're huge spoilers, but it's just like certain scenes that might not ruin the film, but definitely take away. It would make you enjoy it less because you'd see it coming, yada yada yada. But same format as always: likes, dislikes, final score, final comments. Let's get into it. What? No. Hey. What? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, nothing, Miranda. Jeez. All right, likes. So the acting and writing was pretty above average all around, and Mark Ruffalo, who's playing the main part of Rob the lawyer guy, was a standout of the bunch in my opinion. I wouldn't be surprised if he got an Oscar nomination for Best Actor in this. Everyone killed it, but Mark Ruffalo just did a very particularly amazing job. And it was the first time I've seen Mark Ruffalo not play Bruce Banner. This is my first experience seeing Mark Ruffalo not play Bruce Banner / the Hulk. Pretty impressed, and I want to see more from him now. If this is the kind of talent this guy has. The story was told amazingly. It was really thought out the way it was being told. The writers and director you could tell they just really put a lot of thought process in making the story be told in an engaging fashion, because it is a very slow-paced film, which there's nothing wrong with, as I don't hate slow-paced films, but they have to be done in a very thought-out and engaging manner, which this one most definitely was. And I was very attentive and engaged 100% of the time. Despite the slow pacing, I didn't find myself bored once. The progression of Tom Turp, who was Rob's boss, played by Tim Robbins, was a very interesting aspect of the film, because I would say he played kind of a major role. He started out pretty reluctant to let Rob take on this case to help Wilbur Tennant, because, the firm and Rob, it's like their whole thing is protecting chemical companies, and then Rob decides to go against chemical companies. So, understandably, Tom was pretty reluctant to let him take on the case. But as the story went on and the movie progressed, you could see Tom had a change of heart and everything. Because first he was like, just get in and out, do it real quick. Don't let make it surgical precision that don't let a lot of people hear about this. So they're like, all right, fine. And then Rob had some kind of speaking moment in Washington, D.C., and Tom wished him good luck and hoped him all the best while he's there, which again shows that he's progressively okay, he's doing something good here. And then towards the end of the film, in the last third, I'd say, there was a part where pretty much a lot of the lawyers, including Tom, were meeting about this case Rob was on, trying to expose DuPont. And one of them in particular was like, come on, we can't do this. This is who we represent. And then Tom was sitting there being very adamant that they need to pursue this case. They need to take down DuPont. And they need to be there for the people who DuPont poisoned, essentially. And I thought that was a super interesting character arc for Tom, because it shows, I have right here, it shows a little, deeper meaning to the character. It's he started this law firm and started in law, I'm sure, because he wanted to. Lawyers get paid very well, there's no questioning that. But it shows that he started this law firm as well because he genuinely wanted to help people. He wasn't in it, I'm sure he enjoyed the money, anyone would. But he would forego the money if it means he's doing the right thing, which I think shows a very deeper level to that character and something that speaks volumes to not only the character but the film as a whole. I feel like they were trying to convey that. So that whole progression of Rob's boss was very interesting to watch. Wilbur Tennant's continuing presence in the film, as well as decrease in health and the eventual death. Wilbur Tennant was the guy who first called Rob to help him with his farm. He's like the first person to report to like be suspicious of DuPont or anything in general, like someone poisoning them. So he's the first one. Sorry, this is really bugging me. He was the first one to tip off something, and he had a continued presence because it turns out that it was in the poisoning C8 is what they called it. Was pretty much in the water all throughout this community, and kind of in Teflon and across the world, but it was extra prevalent in this community. So everyone in the town was getting poisoned, and you can see Wilbur, especially his decrease in health throughout the film, because he has no choice but to drink. He keeps drinking this poisonous water, and it keeps taking a toll on his health. So it was just really interesting to see that his health decreased throughout the film and him eventually dying. But I really enjoyed seeing him stay a relevant character throughout the film up until his death in the film, because it kind of shows Rob like firsthand what this poisoning can do to people, and I think just a heavy reminder of why he took on this case in the first place. So it was really interesting to see the role Wilbur Tennant played, of course in the beginning of the film, but also throughout the progression of the film was very interesting. That was a part I really enjoyed as well. And then I thought the ending was extremely well done. It was pretty abrupt, which anyone who's been following this channel since the conception probably gets the hint that I don't like abrupt endings. But in this film, it worked impeccably well. I was getting goosebumps at the end of the film because of how well done it was. And the last 15 seconds when they're in a courthouse was probably my favorite 15 seconds of the film, my favorite part of the film as a whole, because it was just such a well done. It was such a well done ending that was so fitting to the film that words can't describe how much I enjoyed the ending of this film. And like I said, the last 15 seconds is genuinely my favorite part of the entire film, and I think they did a really good job of wrapping it up on all facets. I thought it was just amazing, probably one of the best endings I've seen in a long time. Well, that's it for the likes. Now on to the dislikes. So some things weren't fully explained, and two prevalent examples that I can think of were Rob's grandma's house for sale, not burning down, but then someone else's house, and then someone else, someone owned his parents' house across the street from his, that house got burned down. So, I mean, there's theories on why for this. Maybe the grandma's house was for sale because she died, and maybe the house was burning down because these people were on Rob's side trying to sue DuPont, and someone in the community was trying to either send a message by burning down their parents' home or burn down the wrong house in an attempt to burn down the house they were living in and try and kill him. But these are very much speculations that I have formulated. The movie never really fully explains, especially these two incidents in particular, why they happened. So, although I have those theories, I would have liked to see a full explanation in the film, just to so everyone is on the same page with that. So yeah, things could have been explained a little better. And kind of along those lines as well, there was a guy with a bow tie in there who was largely unexplained. I can't even remember his name, but especially in the beginning, they made it seem like he was going to play a pretty major role in the film. But I mean, I'd say he kind of did, because he was kind of Rob's right-hand man in the film. But I would have liked to see them explain him a little more, give a little bit more of his story and how he ended up on Rob's side on the case and throughout the film. And it didn't have to be a lot, just I don't know, a couple minutes phone call and scene where Rob's telling him what he's doing and just him agreeing to help him would be all it took. But there wasn't really anything like that. So I would have liked to see just a little more on Bowtie Guy. But that's all I have on the film. But I was thoroughly enjoyed this film, and I believe it's my number 4 on the year. So it gets a 9 out of 10. Dark Waters, superb film. Everyone I talked to who's seen it has the same thoughts as me. It's just an amazingly well done movie. And it wouldn't surprise me if Mark Ruffalo even got an Oscar nomination for this, like I said. But just, yeah, 4th best movie of the year for me, right behind Avengers Endgame and right in front of Midway. So definitely see it. If you don't, you'll be missing out big time, in my opinion, on, like I said, one of the best movies of the year. So definitely see it. Dark Waters, 9 out of 10. Just do yourself a favor, go see it. But that's a review. That being said, that's a review. It's going in the book with all the others. As always, if you're a movie fan, give this video a like. Give me a comment. Let me know what you thought of the film. If you thought it was worse than 9 out of 10. If you thought it was a perfect film and a 10 out of 10. Or if you think I hit the nail right on the head, let me know. And as always, if you're a movie fan, I feel you should subscribe to this channel. I do movie reviews pretty frequently, and it just gives people a second opinion on films they have seen, or maybe a first opinion on a film they were debating to see. A lot of my videos do have spoilers though, so that's kind of in there. But the occasional not spoiler-free video might give someone an opinion on a film they were on the fence about seeing, so it might sway them one way or the other. And as always, if you are looking to get a little more involved with the channel, do follow the corresponding Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd accounts. The username for all 3 of those is @BigDogMR79. As always, I'll post those. I'll put it on the screen at the end of the video. And that's all I have for today. I'll see you guys in the next movie review. And as always, until next time, change the world. I will see you later.